Welcome to the dopest live stream that's something like a podcast, something like a newscast, and sometimes like a showcase. Khary's crib, Khary's crib, Khary's crib, Khary's crib.
Yo, it's another news day. I feel good, I'm on top like a kufe. Sipping my coffee, shaking my head for homies acting goofy. Guess they do it for the gram or the TikTok, so who's me? Welcome to the crib, let's kick it like Bruce Lee. Part intelligent, part ratchet, that's half Neil deGrasse, you half Boosie. Listen, man. Real spit, now that's lit, homie, truthfully. If you in the Tampa area, you should be down like Bruce B. We treat the pod like sex, we start slow into full speed. Like the way we work it. 9 p.m. we going in, we podding perfect. Beez and Tachi is my posse. No worries because I know my posse got me. Be careful, we might snap like paparazzi. But yo, let's start the show with getting lit like sipping hot toddy. What's good and 10 pretty people? Friday evening, my name is Khary. This is my crib. And I invite you into my home for another evening of the dopest live stream. That's something like a podcast, something like a newscast, and every now and then like a showcase. We have another dope show for you tonight. The Golden State Warriors are NBA champions, smacking Boston in Boston. I almost predicted it. Not really, but we'll talk about it. Drake dropped a new album last night. Honestly, Nevermind. That's the title. And a bunch of folks on the internet feel the same way. We'll get into it. How good are you with money? Me? Oh man, depends on the day or the week. But let's talk about budgeting and see if somebody can get learned. Somebody being me. We'll talk about this, that, and a bunch more. I'm joined by the beautiful Tachi. What's up to all my house guests in the chat, everybody watching, podcast listeners listening. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you're not already. Share this with your peoples. Let's have some fun. Phone lines are open. 813-559-3339. Hit us up. Let us know your thoughts. What's going on out there? How's everybody in the chat out there? How's all my house guests doing? How you doing, Tati? I'm over here sipping on some wine this evening. You know, Tati is actually remote tonight. You know, she got some things going on. Beez isn't joining us this evening because he's out getting some bread, you know, doing his thing. You know, he got he got his own business, you know, entrepreneur over there. So he's out doing his thing. You know, we don't make enough money over here for Beez to put his financial obligations of getting bread to the side for the show. So I ain't mad at him. Do your thing, brother. You know?
Yeah.
Shoot.
I'm doing good.
That's good.
What kind of wine you drinking?
Tonight I am drinking some type of strawberry shit. I don't know.
They don't have a label on it?
It says Fruitscato. It sounds like they made that up. Somebody in the marketing department said, hey, let's add Scotto to fruit. And add some alcohol content and call it a wine. But
got you some fruity wine.
What's that?
Got you some fruity wine.
Yeah, it's a fruity wine tonight, though. I'm not a fruity type of dude, but you know what I'm saying. It's tasty. It's a little sparkly, I think. Let me see. You know, I'm not taking my own advice, how I say you're supposed to hold it by the stem. So I don't want to warm it up. So we're going to take a sip. It tastes kind of sparkly a little bit. Little sparkly.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Okay.
You know? But it's Friday. Was a busy week.
God is Friday.
Yes, TGIF. You know, it was a busy week. Was a hot week. Gas is still high. Wayne over here in the chat said gas is still high. The temperature is high like gas. You know, it's Father's Day weekend. And it's also Juneteenth. And I did receive my first Father's Day gift of the year last night. I received, my daughter's in town. So she stopped by last night to pick up her brother so they can go hang out a little bit. And she dropped me off a couple of gifts. She dropped me off some of these Funko Pop characters. You know, she got me Darth Vader, which I'm not mad at. I like Darth Vader. And I tell you this, after watching the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, I'm not convinced anybody could have beat Darth Vader, let alone Luke Skywalker when he was just learning how to become a Jedi. Got me Bugs Bunny playing basketball, Space Jam Bunny. You know, I like that. I'm not mad at that. I like that. I appreciate these. Me and her actually had conversations about her Funko Pops. I think I'm calling these correctly. We had a conversation about them because she started collecting them. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. I need to get me a couple because I think they are kind of cool. And she bought me some for Father's Day. So thank you, Nevi. You know, she's actually headed back up north tomorrow, back up to New York. She was here for the week. She's taking her brother with her. So they're gonna be up in New York for the summer. She lives there. He's going up to visit. So my house is gonna be empty pretty much for the summer. I'm probably gonna have to figure out a way to get up to New York. Not figure out a way, but figure out a time frame to take my ass up there because I like going to New York, especially in the summer. And now that both my kids are out there, it's more of a reason for me to go. Wayne says, you in Star Wars? Am I in Star Wars or in the Star Wars? Yeah, I rock with Star Wars. I rock with the Star Wars universe and the stories and things like that. I've been watching Obi-Wan Kenobi, you know, the Obi-Wan show. It's been pretty good. Last episode, Darth Vader grabbed a rocket ship out the sky, dropped it to the ground, ripped it open. I don't think Luke Skywalker could have beat Darth Vader when he did, yo. He wasn't gifted with the Force enough, yo. This whole show is making me question some things. I haven't caught up on this week's episode, but this whole Obi-Wan and seeing Darth Vader with the powers he got, yo. I don't think anybody could have took that dude out, yo. I'm gonna let you see it. I'm gonna show you a clip. And you're going to see it. And you're going to see if he has these powers, how could anybody stop him? That is just learning. They can barely make a garbage can float across the room. And they was able to beat Darth Vader. I'm just saying. You know, for those not in the Star Wars, y'all probably have no clue what the hell I'm talking about or what the things mean, but if you into it, you know what the hell I'm talking about. And I think you kind of agree, low key. I think you kind of agree. You know, but Father's Day, Juneteenth, I was asked, what do I want to do for Father's Day? What out here have I been thinking about doing? Say that again.
I said, what do you want to do for Father's Day?
I don't know. I realize there's not much I want to do. I'm not excited to do very much anymore. You know, there's not much that excites me, you know, other than like traveling somewhere. Like something local, I can't really think of anything. I guess because I'm local.
That's crazy to me.
I know. But to put it into perspective, maybe, I grew up in New York. There's a million things to do in New York, right? One of those things being like going to the top of the Empire State Building, right? Never did that until I moved away from New York and went back on a visit. You know,
I think you just gotta get out the house because it's a million things to do in Florida. It's a million things to do in Tampa.
Yeah, it's also hot too.
Figure out what you want to do.
Yeah, the stuff I like to do is like this. I like to be creative. I like to make things happen. So when I think of doing stuff, it's like, okay, what can I do to be productive and actually do something that's, you know, it's probably weird. That's how I look at like spare time is what could I do productive?
I don't think it's weird. I just think that there's spare time and then there's time to celebrate or relax or etc. You gotta find stuff that you like do outside the house.
I agree, but I think anything outside the house is usually not relaxing. If you know what I mean, if that makes sense.
I mean, that's why I say you have to find things that you like to do. There's things that I like to do that's outside the house, like going to the beach, going to see like a live band or something at one of those. There's a place called Shepherd's in Clearwater. It's their food. Have a live band. It's right on the beach. There's a pool. Like there's places you can go do things. There's parks. There's places to see. You don't. When I say get out the house, I don't necessarily always mean, or not always, but I don't necessarily mean going to the club or going somewhere loud or anything like that. I mean, finding things that you like to do. There's so many businesses and restaurants and places to like discover. You gotta get out the house.
I agree, but I don't look at any of that stuff as like relaxing.
Okay.
You know?
I
feel it. Yeah. And sometimes I just be wanting to relax and do nothing really. Well, most of the time. But I do need to figure out some things I do like to, or I do want to do, you know? Like things I think I would be like, oh, you know what I want to do? I want to go fly a real giant remote control airplane. You know? Shit like that.
Remote control airplane?
Yeah, like a remote control airplane. You know, one of the big ones, not the little tiny $50 toys and shit like that. I don't know, shit that I saw as a kid that I thought was kind of cool. What's that?
Like a drone or something. Kind of?
Yeah, along those lines, maybe. I think Chachi just dropped. Connection dropped, I think. Wayne says, yo, plane tickets is high. Round trip ticket to New York is almost $1,000 because I wanted to visit my sister in Queens last week. The tickets was high as hell, plus a lot of cancellation. Yeah, there had been a lot of cancellations. They was low on pilots and some shit like that. But yeah, I do need to figure out what I like to do. Because a lot of times I want to relax, and going out and doing stuff is not relaxing. Like, I really enjoy paintball until I go play paintball. And then I'm like, that shit was a beating on my body. I felt like I was working out. I wanted to relax today. But no, I wanted to play paintball. Now I'm sore and regretting it. Yeah, stuff's going to make me sore. I don't think I want to do it. Like, I don't want to do rock climbing. You know, I played my daughter's Oculus. She got the rock climbing game. And I got tired just in my crib, just moving my arm. I'm not even actually climbing anything. I'm just VR. And I got tired, you know? Or am I just getting old and being approved? I would like to jump out of an airplane one day, go skydiving. That would be cool. I'm not sure how confident I am that it's gonna go great. Though I hope it goes great. Let me knock on wood. And I'm not even speaking no shit like that. You know what I mean? Now I might not even go skydiving. But you know what? You know what I want to do? You know what I really want to do? It's gonna take some time to do it though. Just learn how to fly a plane. I think that would be fun. I think that would be enjoyable. And I think that would be a valuable use of time and being productive. So I could do something I've always wanted to do. I think I'll enjoy it. I'll feel like I'm being productive and there's some type of purpose behind it. Yeah, maybe that's what I want to do. I want to learn how to fly a plane. Damn it. that's what we're gonna do. Well, maybe not for Father's Day, but at some point. At some point. But it looks like Tati connection dropped out. She'll probably be connecting back with us shortly, but I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into it. We're gonna start off this evening with a congratulatory salute to the Golden State Warriors for winning the NBA championship. Yo, they did their thing, yo. It was looking a little bit nervous in the beginning, the first couple games, but they did their thing, yo. Yo, what up, Isaac? Steph Curry got MVP. This is Golden State Warriors' 4th title. How you got 4 titles and people still question you? Or should I say he had 3 titles and people were still questioning him? You know? He had 2 Most Valuable Player awards. Now a Finals MVP award. 4 NBA championships. Yeah. And I think Steph Curry was the backbone behind a lot of that. You know, that man, people hasn't been giving him credit. But I will say, I do believe Steph Curry has kind of changed the game of basketball. He changed the game of basketball. There's always been good 3-point shooters. Larry Bird, you know? But you know, Larry Bird, Reggie Miller, but Steph Curry made the shit look super simple to where he's shooting from all types of spots on the court to where motherfuckers don't want to be like Mike. Motherfuckers want to be like Steph. They ain't trying to do the high flying dunks, bro. There are a lot of people trying to do high flying dunks, but there's a lot of people trying to shoot from all over the place now. Why? Because they seen Steph do it. They seen Steph light up the boards, make people look stupid, throw that shot up, turn around, walk down the court before that ball even touches the net. He kind of changed the game. But I think this win kind of helps him, kind of cements him in the greats in the NBA, you know? Would you say he's Kobe or MJ great? Or is there a different type of great? Is he below that level? Is he a Shaq great? Shaq got mad rings. What makes a person great? GOAT status, legend status. Is it championships? Is it the amount of rings? Is it how you play the game? Is it the way you market yourself? You know? Because if it's just rings, we could throw Robert Horry in the GOAT status. That nigga got a lot of rings. Bunch of different teams. He deserved the rings. But he ain't put in that work the whole year like the greats do. You know? Steph Curry, I believe he's up there. Sip some more of this wine. But you know what? Shout out to Golden State, man. Steph Curry has done this with multiple squads. He's done this with multiple squads. And I think that's one of the things that kind of shows he's the man, because it don't matter who was on his team, he was able to get it done. Some people that are considered the greats were only great in certain combinations. They were only great when they had this person, and this person. Once you got rid of those, that greatness wasn't as great like you thought it was. Curry, don't matter who you throw over there, he gonna figure it out. That's what's up, though. I'm gonna move on. What else I had? Oh, let's move this on. I hope Tati calls back soon because last night we took a drive. Actually, you know what? Yesterday she sent me a message. She said, "Yo, Drake got a new album dropping tonight." I was like, "Word." She was like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, I'm gonna check it out." Nothing. Then I hit her up and I said, "Yo, just the album dropping. You want to go for a drive and listen to the album?" She was like, "Cool." So around midnight, went picked her up. We had a little debate beforehand on whether the album was actually going to be dropped at midnight or if we was going to get Kanye'd and nothing happened for another week or two. This conversation started about 11:58. By midnight time, I pulled out my Spotify, typed Drake, refresh, and boom, there it goes. Honestly, never mind. Bluetooth is on, connected. We in the car, hit play, boop. Music comes on. You know? We're like, all right. And then there's no words. Just music. I'm like, okay, this is the intro track. It's cool. And then Falling Back came on. And when Falling Back came on, the drum started going and shit. You know, it started giving me like that Afro beats type vibe, you know? And I started laughing. Because I went to the store late last night, before midnight. When I got back, my daughter was here. Right? My daughter was leaving actually. Her and my son, they was leaving. That's when she showed me the Funko Pops and shit, right? And I said to my daughter, I said, "Joe, you gonna listen to Drake's new album? You know he dropped a new album tonight, right?" She was like, "Nah, I don't listen to Drake." I was like, "Why not?" She was like, "Because he makes the same songs over and over again. It's just a slightly different beat. It's just the same song. He just makes the same songs over and over again." And when that song came on, the first joint, or after the intro, Falling Back, which is that the one he got a video for now? I'm not sure. That might be the one he got. He dropped the video last night too, or early this morning, right? And I was like, this sounds like one of them other joints that he put out before. And then track 2 came on, which was Text Go Green. And as I was listening, Tati actually looked at the playlist and just started laughing. And she just kind of like broke down what she felt the theme of every song was based on the title. And just based on the title and what she thinks the emotion behind that was, like Text Go Green. He was like, somebody got blocked. That's what Text Go Green mean. Currents was a current girlfriend. The keeper was like, she might be a keeper, but I lost her. Some shit like that, something like that. You know, but she kind of started like going through it and saying, okay, I think these were the emotions that was going on. And she may have been right. I wouldn't actually know fully because I just started hearing song after song with the same type of tempo and vibe and singy shit that's just real long run-on sentences. And And I wasn't getting jiggy with it, man. I wasn't getting jiggy with it. This Drake album just it's not for me, yo. It is not for me at all. It sounds very social media friendly. I can I already feel like I'm gonna see a bunch of moonwalking this weekend on Instagram with people moonwalking to this beat. And I'm talking about the new moonwalk that motherfuckers is doing by sliding sideways and forward. I don't know. It's weird. But I think that's what they're calling it now. They just totally appropriated the moonwalk name for that dance. But yeah, I feel like this album just kind of like just gives me definitely what's that store in the mall? What's that store in the mall that they put shades on their windows and try to make it look like, oh, you got to be exclusive to get in here. It'd be all dark and shit. But look, it sounds like some shit they're gonna play in there. You know, it sounds like some shit you're gonna hear in the department store already. You're definitely gonna hear it on a cruise. It sounds like Drake wanted this album to be the only album you play at your summertime kickback. You guys have cell phones and you try and just do shit for the gram and social media. It sounds very strategic to be in this fucking vibe of music and shit. It ain't for me. It ain't for me. It might be for some people, but honestly, Nevermind is probably a running joke. You probably heard it already, but it's definitely a honestly Nevermind. I don't know if I'll ever go back to this album. Just ain't for me. But you know what? Some other shit dropped today as well. Oh, but before I get into that, what else dropped? I don't like Singy Drake. And the majority of this album, pretty much the whole album except one song is Singy Drake. And there's one song on there with 21 Savage. It's like the only hip hop song on there. And I would go back to that one song in particular. I'll probably add that to like my 21 Savage playlist or some shit like that. But if you want hip hop, that Drake album, you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna hear no tough bars. You're not gonna hear no rapidy rap from Drake. I like the rapping Drake. I don't like the singing run-on sentence Drake. I'd rather have the rapping run-on sentence Drake. You know? But something else did come out today. West Side Boogie. He dropped the album today, and I listened to that some today. That's an album I would recommend. That's definitely an album I would recommend. Let me pull it up just to make sure I got the name correctly. I think the name is proper. Yep. More Black Superheroes. More Black Superheroes. That's an album I would recommend. I wouldn't recommend Drake. Unless you like that singy shit. Unless you like house music. You know? If you like house music, if you like that repeated vibe, if you like, you can play this in a bunch of spots. You can play this at a rave. It has a very steady tempo to it. Just not for me. But I would recommend West Side Boogie, More Black Superheroes. I saw the album today and I was like, West Side Boogie. Why does that name sound familiar? I was like, I think I heard of him, but I'm not sure if I've heard of him before. And then I was like, wait, does he sing that song that I used to rock with back in the days? And back in the days being 2015. That's 2015. Like, I heard this one song. I didn't hear anything else from him, but I was like, yo, I rock with that. And the song was called Oh My. And it was about West Side Boogie. But the name that I saw at that time was just Boogie. I was like, is that the same guy? And it actually is the same guy. So I was like, oh. So I'm glad I saw this album because I was like, yo, I rock with this. I could feel this vibe. I checked out the album. I think I got through the whole thing. I wasn't really paying attention to what song I was on, but I did listen to the majority of it. Actually, no, because I didn't hear this joint with Snoop Dogg. So he got a couple of features on here. He got Soulja Boy, Can't Even Lie, a song called Soulja Boy, and it ain't bad actually. I expect what I expect from Soulja Boy, but the song still go tough. You got a joint on here with Smino. He got Snoop on here. 12 songs, 37 minutes. It's a dope album. And I know this is supposed to be a Drake review, but I don't have a lot of great things to say about Drake's album, but I did listen to West Side Boogie, and that was kind of dope. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of people out there also giving their opinions and reviews. So it's not a good album. It's okay. You know what? If you're a hip hop head, it's not a good album. It's not for you. It's not for you. That's Drake. It's not for you. If you like the singity sing shit of Drake, it might be for you. If you like the Afrobeat house type vibe, it might be for you. If you like the more the R&B hip hop type vibe, it's probably not for you. So that's going to be my review of Drake. Honestly, never mind. And it sounded like he just said, "No, I'm not going to make no more music. Never mind. No more music for me, or no more rap. I don't know." But I'm gonna move on. They get his thumb downs from you. Thumbs down. So earlier this week, a teenager was racially profiled and attacked by some racist-ass white folks in none other than Sanford, Florida. Now, if you don't recall Sanford, Florida is where the George Zimmerman, Trayvon Martin situation happened. So for this incident that happened the other day, if you didn't see it, I'll kind of describe what happened. A black youth, teenager, I think about 16, 17, was driving through a predominantly white neighborhood. A neighborhood of a upper level of income, it looked like from the houses. He was driving through the neighborhood, coming from a friend's house. The people on the block didn't like the way he was driving. So somehow they got him to stop. And one of the ways of getting him to stop was breaking his fucking window. Throwing shit at his vehicle, harassing him as he got out the car. These people are really trying to be threatening and trying to make it clear that you stay out of our neighborhood, you nigger. I didn't see that in the video, but I can tell by their actions that's what they was feeling. You don't belong around these parts, boy. That's what they was probably saying. That's the vibe I got. They look like they had fire in their eyes. Like they had fire in their eyes. I'm gonna see if I can find me a video of this hideous attack by these good old white boys. That's sarcasm if you don't recognize it. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna try to find a video just so y'all can kind of see some of the bullshit that occurred. But they did say that at the end, police were called to the scene. And two of the individuals, Donald Corsi and Howard Hughes, were arrested. You know what? Round of applause. You know, you don't hear that too much. So let's see. I'm gonna see if I can pull up a little bit of this video so y'all can see these grown ass men harassing this child. For the most part, it's a child. Let's see. Let me just size up this video for y'all, man. You know, just want to get this together so y'all can see this. Get a little bit of context behind. But here we go. You know, so they're harassing this young man.
Confrontation was recorded by.
They're harassing this young man, going all up in his face, yelling, screaming, telling him to get the fuck out of here. The kid said, "Yeah, why do y'all got a gun?" He said, "That's right, we got a gun." And they threw shit at his car. These gentlemen here, now, let me not even call them gentlemen, because these racists over here, look, they really fucked up his car, yo. They really fucked up his car. All because they didn't want the black kid in their neighborhood. Let's see, look, they bust out the windows. Let's see, let me rewind that real quick. Look, they fucked his shit up, yo. Oh, because you in my neighborhood? Man, get out of here. But they got arrested. They were charged. They did bail out. Accused of harassing, damaging his car. When you gotta say accused, But it happened in Sanford. Is that a common thing for that area? Racism, classism, racism. But yeah, I'm glad they got arrested. They deserve to be arrested. They got the money, so they could bail out easily, same day, no problem. But I'll be interested to see how this affects them. 52 and 61. That's how old these guys were. 52 and 61 harassing a 16-year-old kid because he drove through their neighborhood. Should have ran their motherfucking ass over. Back that bitch up. Run them ass over. You felt threatened. One of them had a gun. That kid should have ran their ass over. I'm serious. They throwing shit at your car. All you doing is driving. They probably jumped in front of it like, you better goddamn stop. Because I'm this motherfucking white man in this area, nigga. That's probably the shit they did. He should have ran their ass the fuck over. And probably would have got away with it too. 16-year-old kid. There's cameras all over the place. Somebody got a camera with the fucking gun out. And Wayne, you right. Wayne in the chat says, yo, Khary, they're not going to change. It's embedded in them now. It's embedded in them to be that way. And then, like, what they say, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And being civil is a new trick to people like this. Yeah. I guess sometimes you can't. And I guess this is one of those times. Yeah, I guess there comes a certain thing with particular generations. Racism being one. Ingrained in some generations. The new generation tries to act like it's not there, but it's there. Just not as obvious. So, there might be more. You know what? I was just thinking Black Lives Matter. Like, oh, that kind of showed me that there's a lot more white people out there that's sympathetic to black people's struggles because white people were also saying Black Lives Matter. Do you know what? White people have been sympathetic, or some white people have been sympathetic to black people all the time, even back to civil rights. It only went so far to do but so much. Very few would do things that inconvenience them to help somebody else get better, do better, move forward. And that's the problem with some white people that do try to support black people, is that they support it until it becomes an inconvenience for them. That's how I feel. Just my opinion. It's not a fact. It's just a thought. How I view the world, I guess, right? But I thought it was messed up. Thought it was fucked up that this happened to this kid. You better sue their ass. Throwing rocks at my car, you getting arrested for this? Oh, I'm gonna sue your ass. Oh, and you trying to talk about you got money over here? Oh yeah, I'm gonna sue your ass. Sue him for everything he got. Take his house. Like ATL. You seen the show? You seen ATL, Atlanta? This season of Atlanta was weird. But there was an episode where black people was taking white people's stuff because of the shit that their ancestors did. It was a wild episode, but yeah. Do what you can to take that motherfucker house. That's what I'm gonna say. You try to find that boy on social media and say, yo, sue that man, get everything. You know, you was in the middle of the street. His homeowner's insurance ain't gonna cover his ass, man. I'm not sure if he could do that, but he should definitely try. I don't know. You tell me. But let's move it on. Let's see, what happened? Did I not push the button properly? What's going on here? I am trying. Yes. Oh, okay. Let me see. I think my little dashboard thing kind of froze up on me. Let's see. My connection got lost with my little portal thing. Let's see. Boom, there we go. There we go. All right, I think I'm back connected. Money matters. Budgets. Now how I got onto this topic? Because this week was a little wild, man. I had to put my car back in the shop. This time it was the alternator. Ended up needing an alternator and a battery. $800 I ended up having to spend this week. I said, you know what? I was about to start a new budget too. So between that unexpected expense, a couple of other bills I had to pay, I spent out almost 2 G's. And I was like, there's so much for budgeting this week. So much for budgeting. It's fucked up my whole shit. I said, you know what? I want to talk a little bit about budgeting. Because some of us have problems budgeting. Others don't know how to budget. And then others have excuses like, how can I budget if I am broke? Which that's a hard one. That's a hard one. How do you budget when you're broke? You know? Let's see. Yeah, the alternator would kill your battery quick. Yeah, my battery got killed. So I knew something was going on with it. I'm reading the comments over here in the chat, by the way. Wayne Mills was talking about the alternator. had the battery checked. They said, nah, your battery's good. Oh, nah, your alternator's good. It's charging the battery. Blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, my fucking car dies on me. I got to get my shit towed. My battery won't even hold a charge. Ended up having to spend bread for that I didn't account on spending. Shit's a mud. I'll take me another sip of this little wine here. You know? But I haven't always been good with money. Sometimes now I'm not even good with money. You know? But budgets have helped me throughout my life. Setting up budgets, figuring out where my money is, where my money going, this and that. When my daughter said she was moving out, joining the Coast Guard to be living on her own, I told her, hey, you need to figure out a budget. She was like, how do I create a budget? It's like, it's not hard. You just gotta understand your money. You know, understand where you're gonna spend money, where you have to spend money, paying yourself, which is your savings. You gotta pay yourself all the time. A lot of people forget to pay themselves. Or they pay themselves and then they take from themselves, steal from themselves almost. But I kind of helped her by creating a spreadsheet for her. On the spreadsheet, it had, okay, this is how much money you make a month, right? This is how much money you spend on your bills a month, your rent, your lights, your gas, your food, your cell phone bill, your streaming services bill. Anything that's recurring on a month-to-month basis, that's a bill. Whether it's washing your clothes, cutting your hair, buying groceries, toothpaste. Toothpaste is a bill. You know? Anything that's recurring is a bill. Things that aren't recurring are luxuries, like sneakers. Well, for some people, sneakers are recurring. For me, sometimes sneakers are recurring. But you don't need but so many pairs. We want more than that, right? So you still got to figure out where your money's going and shit like that. And you know what? I'm freestyling. I actually was doing some research because I wanted to say, you know what? Let me find out some information that I might not know on setting up a budget, running a budget, getting your money together, getting your shit together. You know what I mean? But I know the basics. But I said, you know what? Let me just find something that I can just give it to you in non-Khary verbiage, just straight up. 6 steps to start the budget. To keep the budget going is on you. You know? To keep the budgets going is on you. And I believe I skipped a topic too, by the way, but I will go back to that. You know? So, step 1, calculate your net income. Your net income isn't your hourly times the amount of hours you make and what you get at the end of the week or the end of the month or the end of the year. Your net is what you put in your bank account. That's after your taxes, your medical, your Social Security, whatever deductions is being taken out your check. After all of that, that money is your net. You know, I like to calculate my net based off of my or calculate my budget based off of the net and the frequency, which I get that on a monthly basis. I try to do my budgets on a monthly basis and then kind of break it down to the week or bi-weekly type of thing. In order to do that, I got to know my net, you know? So that's that. If you're like a self-employed person, you have your own business. If you're new to your own business, if you haven't been doing it a while and don't like have tax records and all of that, you need to keep track of where your money's coming from. You know, if you keep track of where your money's coming from on a month-to-month basis, you can start gauging, hey, I should be making this within this time frame. So you can kind of get an estimate of what your money's going to be, so you can start being able to budget and start being able to save, put money away, make sure it's just paid on time, make sure all types of things. You know? So yeah, definitely keep a record if you're self-employed, if you're an entrepreneur, and keep detailed notes of your contacts and who you pay in order to help manage your irregular income, because it is an irregular income, but you can kind of figure out what your average is if you keep your work going. You know, you can start learning the slow times, stuff like that. You know, you gotta step number 2, you gotta track your spending. You definitely gotta track on where your money's going. You know, it's easy to track the things that you do on a recurring basis, like rent or mortgage, car payment, insurance. It's easy to track those. It's not so easy to track the irregular spending. You know, me for one, I go to the store pretty much every day. I shop for the day. I shop for the meal for the most part. What am I going to eat tonight? I'm going to go to the store and buy this. Tonight, I made spaghetti. I went to the store right before I made the spaghetti and bought the ingredients, and that's what I made for dinner tonight. That's how I shop. Stuff like that, it's not as easy to track sometimes, unless you do it right when you do it. Get you an app or something. Then they got apps out there like Mint. I think that was the name of it, Mint. It kind of connects the account, kind of see where your see what your spending is, see where your money's going. It's helpful, but it's not always 100% accurate, you know? Sometimes it puts shit under certain things, and if you're trying to keep categorize and really get deep down into it, you know? So, I got connected, all right. But that's 2. Track your spending. Make sure you track your spending. You got to set goals. That's number 3. You got to set goals on what your budget is for. Your long-term goals, a short-term goal. Is your budget just so you can save money? Why are you saving the money? If you don't know why you're saving the money, it's going to be hard for you to actually stick to saving the money. So you got to have goals. I think one of the first goals of saving is to have an emergency fund, because shit always happens. Shit always happens. If you've been an adult long enough, you know, shit happens. Comes out of nowhere. That's the emergency fund. The things that come out of nowhere could be layoffs, accidents, car problems, be a bunch of different things, you know? But emergency fund should definitely be one of the first realistic goals you set up when you start creating your budget. Another goal could be retirement or education or even a vacation. But you should have goals for your budget. Number 4 is you should make a plan. Now, this is where everything comes together with your spending, your income, your goals. You got to make a plan on how you're going to do that with what you got. You know? So when it comes to like budgeting and shit, there's like a rule you can kind of follow with your income. This is how you could kind of break it up to where but you can kind of break up your bread and say, okay, this is how my bread needs to manage me. A 50-30-20 rule, right? Where 50% of your money should go for your rent, mortgage, car payment, utilities, groceries, your living. 30% can go to your wants. That's the shit you don't need to live. Like vacations, shopping, new sneakers, new purses, partying. 30%. Less if you want to save more. But then 20% should go to your savings or your debt or both. You break that up 10-10. 10% goes to your debt, 10% goes to your savings. That's a good way to start the budget, right? No? And once you figure out your budget, you got to do number 5. And that's adjust your spending to stay on track with your budget. A lot of times we start adjusting our budget to match up with our spending. Now we got to change our spending to match up with our budget. Otherwise, we ain't budgeting. And number 6, review your budget on a regular basis, baby. Review it on a regular basis so that way you get to know, hey, I'm doing good or I'm fucking up. You know? So that's that one. And me going into this topic would have probably made a lot more sense if I had did the topic beforehand, which we skipped over somehow. And the topic I did want to get into before that was, what's the goal, right? And what's the goal doesn't correlate really with the budget. It correlates to why I was talking about budgets tonight. You know, this isn't a financial podcast, live stream or nothing, but the goal, what's the goal? You know, I had a conversation today and I realized that I've kind of been falling off of what my goal was for creating this live stream. You know, my goal was to use my ignorance to learn shit and help enlighten people, you know? Because for as smart as I think I am, I know I'm just as ignorant, baby. If I wasn't, I wouldn't say nigga so much. Or motherfucker. Or drink wine while I'm sitting inside with a hat on with sunglasses on, baby. I'm a classic ignorant nigga with a lot of intelligence and a lot of stupidness. So I said, you know what? I can admit this to myself. I know I don't know it all. I know I'm still learning every day. So I want to use my ignorance to help people get learned. And I kind of feel like over time, I've kind of been kind of losing that kind of mission. You know, that's like my mission statement. Use my ignorance to gain enlightenment. And I kind of feel like I've been falling short of that, you know? I feel like there's times we come here and we talk about things, and we talk about things just to talk about it. You know, and podcasting ain't just talking just so you can watch people or hear people have a conversation. At least it isn't for me. If I just want to hear a conversation and have a conversation, I can go to the barbershop. I like to try to get learned. I like to try to help people learn things, because we don't all know everything. There could be a lot of viewpoints that one might not take into account when thinking about some things or looking at a subject or something like that. And I like having multiple perspectives to get multiple points of views on a specific topic to help people learn things. You know, I used an example earlier about a conversation we had a while back about the way I kind of brought up some facts about a specific topic. It's because I enjoy facts. And I think that a conversation shouldn't just be opinions, but there should be some type of facts to kind of back things up, especially when it's in a format like this. You know? I like to go off facts and bring up information, because a lot of times I go into things off of opinion. Oh, this is what I think. And some of the thoughts or some of the conversation might lead me to start thinking other things, having questions. I think those questions lead to information, useful information. You know, one time I brought up some information about a fact on some charges that was against the woman. We all disagreed with it. She was sentenced to jail and shit. We all disagreed with the decision. But then I brought up the facts on why she went to jail. And I thought it was a very good lesson to be learned on, even though we disagree with it, we should always try to educate ourselves to prevent shit from happening or protect yourself. And I think that was one of my reasons for starting this show, was to give people information. I ain't no teacher. I ain't go to school to teach nobody a goddamn thing. But I read a lot. I like to get information. I like to disseminate truth from fiction. I like to look at two facts that's actually on two different sides and then make my own decisions based on that information. I wanted my goal for this show to be to help other people start thinking about things as well. I might get a racist guy on here that wants to argue one day. And it could be just one sentence I say that makes him say, you know what? Maybe all black people ain't bad. Maybe I won't go shoot up that church tomorrow. You know, it's a hope. It's a good hope, right? But nah, the goal of the show is to use my ignorance to gain enlightenment. And I feel like we've kind of gotten too caught up in the whole podcast thing and had to start having a lot of conversations. Not all the time, but sometimes I feel like we've been losing focus on what the goal is. Because a lot of these topics that I bring up or want to talk about is because I feel like there's something to be learned in that situation. And that's it. That's pretty much what I wanted this to be about. What's the goal? And that's kind of why we went into the money shit. I was like, yo, we got to get learned on something. And I've been ignorant for a long time on budgeting, so figured out. Hopefully I can help others. Goals. One of the things with business plans. In the business plan, there should be a mission statement. I look at a lot of things like a business. A lot of things I do like a business. this show, for example. I do it for fun, but I operate certain things like a business. Like if this was a brand, how do you make it bigger? How do you make it better? It is a brand. So how do you do this? You got to figure things out, try things, experiment. But what brands and businesses do, once they have their business plan, they review it. Just like step 6 was on a budget, review your budget regularly. You got to review your business plan regularly, your mission statement regularly. You got to recognize when you're not staying on point with your mission statement or you're falling off of your business plan. And I kind of felt like we've fallen off a little bit from our business plan and our mission statement. We've been having fun. We've been having good talks. I think we fell off a little bit with the goal. And that goal is for there to be something positive, some type of lessons learned coming out of each and every stream. And that's why we're here. You know? So that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. That was that topic. You know, I thought it would have been good if there was other people to talk with, but that's the way it is tonight. Tati said she had problems with her Zoom, by the way. With the app kept crashing or something. Yeah, the app kept crashing, so she had that issue. But I guess this next topic ain't gonna be as fun by myself. You know? This topic ain't gonna be as fun by myself. Should I hold this topic? I'm gonna let the house guests decide whether we should hold this Freaky Friday topic for another day, or if I should just have this conversation by myself. And while I let y'all respond or get caught up. Kimmy Cass says, I learn things while I'm on here. That's why I'm coming on here, even if I'm late. Well, I appreciate you, Kimmy. Yo, definitely do. You do be checking in each and every week. You know? Kimmy, talking about the budget. You have your own goal to set your budget. Exactly. I definitely appreciate y'all. You know, but okay. Freaky Friday. I don't normally have like a Freaky Friday. Well, I not normally. I've been wanting to. I just haven't been keeping up on it. Should I do a Freaky Friday question on my own? Or should I change? I might want to change it. I thought it was a good one, though. I thought it was a good one. Let's see. I could do some bullshit, too. Nah, you know what? Nah, I won't do that. I got this new setup where I could kind of do some shit. But you know what? Never mind. You know what? What's the Freaky Friday topic? I think it's a good question, but I don't want to ask it if nobody's going to answer it with me. It'll be, you know what? I'll save it for another day. You know, I'll save it for another day. Let me see if I can come up with an alternative Freaky Friday topic. I like that one. I like that one. Porn is misleading. You know. Okay, so yeah, porn is misleading. I kind of like threw that out there and then pulled it back in before you could get it. I'm sorry. Oh man. I think it's a good one. I think you'll appreciate it when I do bring it up. Okay, so let me see if I might have another one in here. You know, a lot of my questions and things are like a lot of day of stuff. You know, there's not a whole lot of, hey, we planned it for the whole week. I think about stuff, I write stuff down, but a lot of like the final comes together, right? Like day of, so. I don't have 100 questions here, like just in case. Damn it, man. That's a good one though. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Let's see. Oh, I got one. How many is okay. How many people do a person have to be with before they considered ran through? This is my alternative question, by the way. This is my alternative question. When is a person considered ran through? Is it the amount of partners you've had? Is it the amount of partners within a specific time frame? Or is there no such thing as somebody being ran through? That's a question I have. What y'all think, chat? Now, there's several ways to go, right? And just thinking of the mature route, if a person is unmarried and never been married, say in their 40s, 50s, they've probably been with a nice deal of people, not even trying. And I'm just talking about people that's not even trying to be in a lot of situations. It's just time. So now if a person's higher in age and has a lot of people, are they ran through or they just experienced? Is there a difference between a man or a woman that's in their 20s that got 100 bodies? Are they considered ran through? Versus somebody that's 50, 60, 70 even, they got 100 bodies. They got a lot of years experience. What is it? The time frame or just the amount? Kivy Cat said, did they learn anything while with these partners? I would hope so. If you just got a lot of partners and they learn nothing, shit, the fuck are you doing? I kind of felt like I said doing, like I was in Baltimore or some shit. I don't know. I think it's a variable. I think it's to each its own, really. But for me, I'm not sure if I would say a person's. Well, I think the amount and the age and the time frame would definitely have to be a consideration for me, you know? Like if I met somebody that said, oh, I only had sex with 3 people. You'd be like, oh, okay. They'd be like, yeah, I just had started having sex yesterday and all 3 of them in yesterday. I'm like, oh, that's different. Somebody said, oh, I had sex with 30 people. But it was like 1 a year for the past 30 years. Versus, oh, I had sex with 30 people. And it was 1 a day for the last 30 days. Very different, right? It's what's ran through. See? Make a thing, or do it. Is there just a, hey, you got this many bodies? I don't care. Reasons, circumstances, years, none of that. You ran through. Just one. That's my alternative question. Which definitely makes me glad I didn't use my initial question to speak by myself. But what is it? 10:20? Yeah, see, I ain't do too bad running the show dolo tonight, right? I don't usually do the show dolo, but you know what? I can, and I ain't got no problem doing it, right? Should we do open mic? What I got for open mic? I was over here looking at some of the chat. What I got for open mic? Juneteenth this weekend. Officially, actually on Monday. I'm not working Monday. I'm off for Juneteenth. Black man. Goddamn right. From that, we got WWE's Vince McMahon is stepping back as CEO because there's an investigation of misconduct going on. So he won't be World Wrestling Entertainment CEO at the moment. Let's see. On June 15th, the Wall Street Journal, citing documents and people familiar with the matter, reported that the WWE board was investigating McMahon's alleged $3 million settlement that banned a female paralegal from discussing their alleged affair. You know? Oh. Kimmy Cass says, yo, you don't have to be ran through with a lot of bodies. That's a take as well. It's a good take. Just because you got a lot of bodies don't mean you ran through. You know, it might have that snapback cat. But you know what? Men can be ran through too. It's not just a woman thing. Men and women can be ran through. Although most people try to take that phrase and put it solely on women, but men be ran through too. But yeah, Vince McMahon tried to settle some shit to where this woman couldn't talk about their alleged affair. Let's see. And he voluntarily stepped back from his roles until the investigation concludes. Wayne Mills says Vince is a slime. You know what? His role on WWE definitely makes him look slimy. I wonder how much of that is actually his real personality versus putting it on for the cameras. You know, how much is acting versus the real man, or is the real man just being the real man? It did have some questionable shit over the years that I've seen, some racist shit at times, types of a bunch of other things. But yeah, there's some type of sexual misconduct and affair. But let's see. What's the problem? What's the problem? This isn't, people don't do this all the time? People with money, that is? They pay people to be quiet? Isn't that kind of like NDA? Couldn't he have asked her to sign the NDA, which would have been the same thing, except he wouldn't have paid her? I'm just trying to understand what did he do that's wrong? He had an affair. Okay, that's wrong to his wife. How's that wrong to the business? He had an affair with a paralegal. Is that it? She was a paralegal that he had an affair with? Is it like the Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky thing? It's even that one. I was like, what the fuck is the problem? He got a dick sucked. He's the president. He's supposed to. Yeah, I'm looking. He stepped back because of that. He said, yo, he gave me $3 million to shut up. What's the problem? It wasn't enough? Is that it? It wasn't enough money? Because it says affair, which affair kind of implies consensual. There wasn't no force shit, it don't seem like. Not from the things I'm reading. I don't. Why would that make him step away? Why would that make him step away? Kimmy Cat says she was a paralegal, so it could have been conflict of interest. Was it his paralegal? If it's his paralegal, what's the conflict of interest? You still want to try to get the best deals for him, right? I'm assuming. So she wanted more money, I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't know. I'll look more into this. I just thought it was an interesting headline. I read a little bit of it, but I don't know what's the bad thing that makes him have to step down. See, maybe that'll be something for the next a topic for another day. Why you need to keep your dick in your pants if you're the CEO, and why paying people to be quiet is not good. Hey, couple million? Shut the fuck up. It's not. I could be quiet just because I don't want to talk. 3 million? Yeah, I ain't seen you fucking the secretary. That's not the proper word for them, huh? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I forget the term at this moment. I've been sipping on this fruits. What is it? What did I say it was called? Fruitscato. Fruitscato wine. I gotta look at labels. We're not gonna do Fruitscato. Made up names. Let's see. No, she shouldn't have did it anyway because he was marked and she was a paralegal. He shouldn't have did it. You think he took advantage because he was a rich boss with money? I'm gonna read into it. I'll follow back up with that next week some. But I think that'll be it for the evening. It's 10:30. Oh man, I stayed on track with the topics and shit tonight. Wrapped up at 10:30, hour and a half. Dolo stream for the most part. Chati was here earlier, had some technical difficulties. I did actually, I got this new little setup where I can actually connect the phone. I should have connected the phone, but could have just called. Oh well, I'll remember that for the next time. But that's it for tonight. We will be back on Tuesday. Beez will be back with us. Hopefully Tati won't have technical difficulties. Yeah. So that's it. May your weekend be great. Do your best to stay sucker free. Keep a smile on your face, baby. He is out this.
Thanks for watching the dopest live stream. That's something like a podcast, something like a newscast, and sometimes like a showcase. Khary's crib. 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 And sometimes. Khary's crib. watching the dopest live stream that's something like a podcast, something like a newscast, and sometimes like a showcase. Khary's crib, 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 Khary's crib.